this trip, we're about 24 hours in. Observations from this trip are difficult to carry on a substantive conversation. However, I feel like she seems happy, comfortable, and more docile than the last time I saw her.
You know, we see when she gets down, we've seen her cry here. We've seen her, you know, like, I feel like needs to be back home sometimes. But you're very good at getting her to kind of snap back out of it. You're, you know, I've watched the kindness that you show her, the love, the devotion. But I worry about you too, because I see that it's constant care from the time she gets out of bed till she goes to bed. You are taking care of her 100% of the time.
She's just always been a delightful addition to our family. When you introduced us all to her, of course, we live in another city, so sometimes it's a little bit challenging to get to know people. We don't see you as often as we get to see the people in town, and she was easy to get to know. She always fit right in, and she's fun and funny and put up with you, and you put up with us. So we always loved her. We still do.
If you could tell people what you think about my goal is to take care of her until she dies, and I'll get help as I need it, but I won't let her go into a nursing home. Do you think that's stupid?
I wouldn't call it stupid. I would call it very wishful. I think once she gets more incapacitated and you can't reason with her anymore, and you're doing she gets in diapers, all those things are coming. I don't know when, you don't know when, but and not being able to get her to eat anything. That's all the things that Mom went through. Our mom had Alzheimer's, and we watched her go through that.
She's still sweet. She was sweet then, and she's sweet now. So there's that. I've already referenced how docile and kind she's been this time. But I guess what I would miss the most is the ability to carry on a meaningful conversation with her.
Every time we don't see you that often, you know, every couple of months or so. And every time we see you, Trisha's worse. And by that I mean, you know, she really can't get a sentence out anymore. She used to could get thoughts out or participate someone in conversation. And I don't feel like she can do that anymore. And we try. You know, I think we all try to include her, and we go along.
As you know, we went to the ball game last night, and I didn't know how she'd do. It was warm. You know, it's not an environment she's used to. She did fantastically. She sat there next to me watching that game and would make appropriate comments about the girls and how they batted, how they caught the ball, how they threw the ball. I thought it was great. She did really, really well. And she did good at lunch today. You know, I mean, it's been a great weekend.
Yeah. That was good.
I think we all need sort of training of how to communicate with somebody with Alzheimer's. I'm speaking to myself. And I just decided when we were sitting, she was sitting comfortably at the jigsaw puzzle table, and she was calm and looking at it and commenting on it. And I just decided to try to communicate with her like I would a normal person, which might seem weird, but I would just urge everybody to just talk to the person as if you would anybody else. Obviously, the conversation may not go like it would with anybody else, but who cares?
He moved like a monkey.
He did, Glenn.
You base everything on your own experiences, and I would have to get away more than you do. That's just all there is to it. 2 hours a day wouldn't do it for me. And I think isn't that what you're at right now? I just think it would help you be more well-rounded if you got out more and did something with some of your friends, played cards. I mean, I don't know, just something that you would like to do. Like I started to play mahjong, or you know, something like that.
Want to go in the door there? See what's behind it? There's some tools.
Built
Somebody
that
put the
thing.
door there, didn't they?
That's a
Somebody's
riot.
building a house.
I just would warn you not to take on too much and ask yourself periodically, am I taking on too much? That's what I would recommend.
You know, thousands of people watch these every week, thousands of people. Is there anything you could say to any of them?
I would just tell you what I've seen. A lot of people are so supportive, and that's wonderful. And I would tell those who have issues with maybe some of the things that go on between Rod and Trish, just remember that Rod is dealing with this 24/7. And it's hard to always be patient and kind and loving, and yet I think he does a tremendous job with it.
I truly think it's amazing that you can be her full-time caregiver and keep your wits about you and handle it day in and day out, because you know, she blows in and blows out of our lives, and I see the difficulty in that short time frame. So I'm imagining you, now I obviously don't have the same relationship with her as you do, so that obviously must be, you know, it's a different vibe for you, obviously. So no, I would just say I've heard that you have help now, or certainly more help than you used to have, and I think I would recommend that as she regresses in this hideous disease, I would just urge you to avail yourself of enough help so that you stay well, number one, and that, you know, you're able to caretake with the full vigor that she deserves.
And I know a lot of people say, well, she needs to be institutionalized. If Rod is happy doing what he's doing, she does not need to be institutionalized. She's happy with Rod, and I see that. So that would be the only thing I would say. Thank you all that support him. And just for those who don't watch the videos or be kind with your comments. You can make constructive criticism that's kind. But just remember, he's never said he doesn't make mistakes with Trish. He does. But he tries to, he's the first one to beat himself up when he's a little hard on her, or I see it, you know, that he's like, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have, you know, but hey, guess what? He's a human being. So.
I think a lot of people who aren't journalists or not photographers don't realize that I'm taking an extra step to turn on the camera to show my horrible behavior.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to show it, that's for sure. You could edit every bit of that out and it make you look like a prince all the time. But I think the purpose of you doing these videos is to show people the reality of Alzheimer's and how what the caregiver's life is like. And I think you're doing a wonderful service with that.
The kinds of things you do are a big deal, and people have a lot of opinions about it, and you're going to hear them, good, bad, and indifferent. And you know that.
Do you have any advice for me?
Well, just keep on doing, just go with your heart, and that's what you've done all along. You've got a wonderful heart, and just go with it. And what's that saying? Don't let the bastards get you down. I mean, nobody knows, Rod, what you and Trish go through. I've spent the night with you many occasions, and I see what you go through with her, and I'm amazed. That's all I can say. You're just a fabulous, fabulous spouse, and everything you do is for her first.
I wonder if you could be honest with me about us coming. Do you guys kind of dread it?
I don't necessarily dread it, but I'm not going to lie, it makes me nervous because I don't know what might happen or what, you know, I want her happy. I don't want disasters to unfold because that makes it difficult for everybody. And I do know that this disease is tougher on folks when they're out of their element and she's away from home. Even though she's been here a whole lot, this is probably her second home, if there is such a thing for her. But so maybe she does a little better here because of that. But I don't dread you coming because I want to see you. But I'm not going to lie, it makes me nervous. Like, I hope she sleeps good. I hope she's not roaming the house in the middle of the night. And I know you're watching her, but hey, we all have to lay our guard down for a few hours a day, you know. So that's it. I just worry about her comfort.
But we can handle trips here because we know what it means to you.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a wonderful outlet for me.
Yeah.
It really is. I get to come act like I'm.
And Trish seems, especially this time, Trish seems to be having a good time this time. So,
Well, the thing that gets me is that, you know, I have a wonderful lady, Cheryl, comes and takes care of Trish for 2 hours a
it's
day.
awesome.
And a lot of times when I'm gone, especially that second hour, she's riddling Cheryl with when will Rod will be back.
Okay. Okay. Well, and that's probably fair for now. I think that as the disease progresses, that will become less and less because she won't connect to you in that manner anymore. I don't know. You don't know. She may connect like that until the day she passes away. We don't know. But I know Mom didn't know any of us. You know, her own daughter. She would say, "Oh, you're my mother." Yeah. So now that doesn't mean that she doesn't want that kind person around.
Yeah.
You know, that makes sense. But I don't know, Rod. I mean, you have to do you. I know my grandfather took care of my grandmother till the day he passed away. But again, he passed away.
Yeah.
And, you know, as soon as I'll never forget, we brought grandmother home to Mom's house, and we had no idea of what Granddaddy was doing for grandmother. We had no concept. And Mom worked full time. We were all young adults working, and grandmother did have to go in a facility. So it is sometimes now the good news for you is that maybe you'll have the resource to get more and more help in your home. Maybe you find someone who can help put her to bed or can help get her up, you know, I'm just more about getting some of the burden off of you. So you don't, you know, we have 2 strokes in our family already, and that's my biggest concern.
I've never been a good nurse, and our family admires all the sacrifices that you make to keep her at home, because I think I would probably blow my brains out, frankly. I don't know how you do it.
See about today.